going to show you guys all of his secrets to how he gets incredible shots with action cameras. It's going to be a fun session. It was one of our most popular ones last year, so we've invited him back again. So come on in, and again, if you guys want to enter the giveaway, we're going to be giving away a camera at the end of the session, so make sure to get your badge scanned by the folks in the Insta360 hoodies and jackets. If you have a badge scanner, raise your hand. Yep, badge scanners. Yep, there's one girl in the back with a beanie. You can get your badge scanned by her. Carol, you got a crowd now. And again, make sure to come all the way in. If you want to sit down, that's perfect. If you want to stand up, however you want to make yourself comfortable, it's going to be a great session. We're going to learn a lot in this one, and you're going to see some really cool footage. There's a lot more people on day 3 who are sitting. Day 1, everyone was standing. All right. Maybe next year we should get some chairs for day 3. We can consider it. All right, guys. A bunch of new people just walked in. Who wants to win an Insta360 camera today for free? I think pretty much everybody. If you already have one, this could be your next one. If you don't have one yet, this could be the perfect opportunity for you guys to get started. So we got some cool stuff planned for you. Let's check the time. We are going to get started. All right, thank you for your patience. If you were here the first 2 days, I appreciate the patience while we figured out our AV issues. We've got it all sorted. We're going to go smoothly for you guys here today. Let me just ask a few quick questions. Who here currently has an action camera? Okay, and who here currently edits their action camera footage? See, it's a lot less people because action camera footage notoriously has been difficult to edit. Well, we're going to show you guys, we're going to make your life a lot easier and show you how to easily edit and mount and create content that you're going to want to get excited about editing, and how to get unique angles and shots with your content. If you've never used the 360 camera, prepare to have your mind blown. So a bunch of new people just walked in. At any point during this session, you can go see our Insta360 badge scanners. Badge scanners, hold up your hands. Oh, Carol? Oh, you go see Carol now. So she'll scan your badge. She can make her way around the audience too. If you haven't got your badge scanned, that's your opportunity to enter the giveaway. So the way the giveaway works is when you get scanned, you're assigned a random number. At the end of the session, we're going to have our speaker pick a random number, and if you're assigned to that one, congratulations, you're going to get hooked up with a really cool kit. And we're going to show you guys what the kit is in a little bit. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming an incredibly gifted
360, these guys have been pushing innovation the past as long as I can remember. It's just incredible to work with these guys, and I'm very excited to show you guys a little bit of how I go about my mounting. First, I'm going to jump into a little bit of who I am, just so you guys have an idea. I've been in the space for about 15 years and creating YouTube videos and just as wild of content as I possibly can. My slogan is Imagine, Innovate, Immerse, and I do just that in this video, where I'm taking my ideas and I'm pushing myself to build them into something better than they are. I innovate on an idea that I already have. I just continue to push myself, well, how can that be better? And how can that be better? Until I get to a spot where I feel like it's going to be impossible if I go any further, and that's when I try to create. And so this is a little example of that process and just some of the fun stuff I've gotten into the last few years. Sit back and enjoy, and hope you guys dig it. I'm going through a moving car, and we're about to send this camera up to the water. Oh my gosh, we're here again! 8 hours to go about 75 feet. It is a $30 egg timer house. This rig, I actually inside the house, outside the house. We decided to go big or go huge and add the third extension of this HCC safe. Okay, a little bit higher. Fairly guard. Slowly turn the wheels. So excited to see what this looks like. This is my passion project. I've wanted to do this for so many years. We're doing it again. We're doing it right this time. So that's a little bit of background of who I am, what I like to do. I like to push the limit, get as crazy as shots as I can possibly get. And yeah, this Insta360 just makes the perfect canvas for that exact thing. So my background is I got to work at GoPro way back in the day when it first started, from Hero 2 to Hero 8. And then when Insta360 came out, I was able to jump on board with these guys and start working with them because I saw the innovation, I saw the modularity of the R camera, and got very inspired once again to create and just push the limits with these cameras. And I'm so glad I did, because these guys, I mean, the quality and just like, I love how they listen to their fans, they listen to their clients or their customers, and they just continually innovate on what they've already created, and they bring, you know, stuff like this to the table. It's just like so mind-blowing. What I love to say is the dreams and the visions that I had in the past of like what I would love to be able to do one day is now possible with their products that they create and at the quality that they make them at. And so just very blessed to be working with these guys. So I want to talk about, there's a variety of like how complex can you make what you're doing and do it with still enjoying the process. So there's like very simple mounts that you guys can put on, right? You can put the camera on your head, you can use a little magnet, stick it on your chest, you can, you know, stick it on your bike with the clamp or whatever it might be. And within each level of that, there's like a enjoyability factor. So if you just simply click that little Go 3 camera, if you clip that on your chest, you're able to forget that it's even there, continue to play with your kids, ride your bike, go skateboarding, whatever it is, and you're still going to get amazing footage. And so this next video I'm going to show you guys just kind of breaks down, like, there's different levels of like difficulty essentially. And it's not that any of these are really that difficult. Maybe towards the end of the video you'll see some stuff that I do that's difficult, but it just gives you an idea of like, hey, with a simple mount, real quick, I'm going to show you guys my favorite mounts. I got too many up here to hold at once. But with a simple mount, like this clamp, for example, right here, this clamp. So this clamp will fit on most roll bar systems, on your bicycle. You can clamp it to basically anything. I can put it here, I can put it wherever, right? And with that, you can either just stick the camera right on the end, or you can start extending, right? Right now I have the selfie stick on there. You can throw this thing way out. And obviously with a 360 camera, the further away from the object that the camera is, the more you're gonna be able to see a normal perspective of it. If it's up real close, sometimes that's all you need. But once you get a little bit of an extension, you can actually start seeing the whole item, like the entire car, the entire bike. You're gonna see that here in this next video, a couple examples of that. Some of my other favorites is something like this. I'm not even sure what they call this thing, but it's just another extension, super rugged, this one's super light and thin, it's the same thing. But with these tools that they provide or they make, you can suction your camera, you can mount it, you can hold on to it, whatever it might be. There's some shots where we feed these things through my shoelace, and we have a shoe cam where the camera's on the end of your shoe, and that's just a really fun angle looking back at you, depending on what you're doing. Of course, they have stuff like this that's super weird. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what I'm gonna do or how I'm gonna mount that, you can wrap this thing around your object, twist it up, whatever it is. You can just use it as a tripod. You can wear it around your neck, however it is you want to do it. So they make amazing products. They listen to their fans, and they're always coming out with new stuff, which is very exciting for me. So let's go ahead and play this second video. This is going to give you guys a good idea of all the different range, and it's going to say here in the bottom right kind of what that example is. And afterwards, happy to talk to you guys about any of this stuff as well. But just check this out, and it's just a fun way to see all your options. And this is basically everything in this video is from the last 5 years of working with these guys. I was on every single one of these productions, putting the camera in the place that you see it, and being able to create this stuff for them. Oh, 1 second. Let's see. It's this other one that has audio. One of my exports didn't have audio right here. Two-dimensional camera like the Go 3 or the Ace Pro, but still the selfie stick is an invaluable tool to use on these. As you see, Insta360 sends me to some incredible places around the world. It has been such a blast, and we've gotten to really push the limits with their tools. of where you can push these cameras. Thank you guys, appreciate you. You can keep things very simple, which is the most enjoyable way to continue to do what you're doing, but it's also so rewarding and so fun to see where you can push your limits, see where you can take your creativity, get these cameras to do weird motions or into weird spots. It's crazy when you play with this camera like you're a kid. The results you get are actually like phenomenal. It's not just about you having to do like the craziest, coolest thing in the coolest location. Like you could take that camera and weave it through all you guys sitting on the ground, and you would get a crazy perspective, like a drone was flying through you guys. Like you can just do the coolest things with a very simple setup. So it's my favorite, and as you guys can tell, I'm so pumped to be here, so stoked to be working with these guys. And just a quick heads up, I'll get them. If anyone hasn't scanned, Carol's got a scanner, a couple other people have a scanner. Get your badge scanned. We're going to give away an X4. Are we giving anything else away, Michael? Yeah?
Because it's day 3, we're going to add a couple of very special accessories for you guys. So not only are you going to get an X4, you're going to get the full kit that you need to get started creating content, the basic kit. You're going to get the invisible selfie stick. You're going to get the memory card. And our friends at Nomadic have generously brought over a few of their small sling bags valued at about $190. And we're going to bundle all that together for you. And we're going to hook one person up with that. It's almost $1,000 bundle that you're going to walk away with here today. So make sure you get scanned. Otherwise, you're not entered to win the giveaway. And Tyler, that was absolutely incredible. Can we just give it to Tyler one more time? That was awesome. I'm sure everybody right now is thinking the same thing. The stuff that you just showed was some of the most mind-blowing, complex stuff we've ever seen. What would you recommend for somebody who's just getting started with 360?
Absolutely. The action selfie stick must have. It's obviously, if you put your selfie stick on here, you can be doing any sport or activity as long as you can hold it or you can mount it somewhere. You're going to get the camera further away from you, which is helpful. You can also just hold the camera in your hand and still get shots, but having it further away, you can see your whole body. With the 8K, you can zoom back into a normal frame as if it's not even 360 at all, which is so cool. And so selfie stick is a huge, huge, huge one. If you're more of an Ace Pro type person and you like doing 2-dimensional shots or the Go 3, this little stand is amazing. It duals as a tripod as well. Juggling too much stuff. But yes, this is an incredible mount as well. This opens up, it extends. It's a really cool tool as well. And then the last thing is definitely a clamp. Being able to clamp this stuff to something so you can continue to live and do what you're doing is huge. So this clamp is my favorite.
Another question that I'm sure everybody is thinking right now. When you shoot your 360 footage and it comes time to edit your 360 footage, what is the most simple way to get started with editing 360?
Yeah, their app has been redefined for the last however long you guys have been in business. You guys crush the app. Yeah, 8 or 9 years of developing this app and making it as simple and easy as possible. It can motion track you. It can do incredible AI effects. Like there's wild stuff. It can make you can time lapse yourself walking, and it can make you look like you're walking in slow motion, even though the background's like flying by. There's just a ton of cool stuff. You guys have made it extremely fun to edit your content, and you actually really get into the process when you're in there instead of just like dreading, like, oh my gosh, I gotta take all this footage home and I gotta put it on my computer and figure it out. It's not necessarily that. When you have their app, you can just throw it in there. You can download, you can export it different quality, different resolutions. Obviously, you can do vertical, horizontal. You can do all sorts of things, and so that is a huge game changer, and I love that. It's so easy for me to just get off of a quick shoot or just get a quick shot, throw it in there, export it. I can put it on my story, put it on Instagram, whatever it is. It's super easy.
Yeah, and if you guys want to learn more about the editing process in the mobile app, the next session is actually gonna show a lot of that stuff where you can take your phone and literally move it through space, and that's how you edit your footage using the phone's gyro. You don't have to sit there and keyframe. All you do is just sit on a swivel chair and move around, and the app will edit for you. And then the other buzzword of the day is AI, right? Everyone's saying AI. We have AI this, AI that. It's starting to kind of lose meaning, but AI is not this scary robot or machine that's going to take over the world one day. AI is your assistant that makes things easier for you. We have a full AI auto editing suite built into our app that will completely automate the editing process for you if you want it. You can have as much manual control as you want, or it can be automated. And the cool part about it is that you only pay for the Insta360 hardware. The app and the software is 100% free. And that's why people are really liking our products, because we're continuing to update them and put out new features without charging you or upselling anything. So it's a really incredible product. And to be honest, if you guys if you want to try out the editing, we have stations set up all around the booth where you can go in and you can play around with some of the footage. You can shoot some for yourself. So that's that portion. So let's get into the giveaway. Who wants to win a camera? Okay, all right, so we've cut off the scanning. So if you guys didn't get scanned, you can try again for the next one. So here's how this is gonna work. When you got scanned, you were assigned a random number. We're gonna give Tyler a range of numbers to choose from. He's gonna choose one number, and if your name is assigned to that number, congratulations, you just won basically a $1,000 bundle that'll get you started with 360, and it's gonna be awesome. If you didn't win, you can try again. We have 2 more sessions planned for the rest of the day. And if not, we also are having some really incredible show specials today. So when you go and test out the product, make sure to ask any of our reps in black hoodies or jackets what the deals are. You're getting about a $150 discount on the product, including the free accessories that you get. So it's a really good opportunity to pick one up here. Okay? So let's see.
I had some more stuff to show, but if you want to call it, I mean, you already said let's do this giveaway, so I feel bad now going back. It's nothing too much longer, but you want to do the giveaway and then we can maybe continue after?
No, so sorry. So we're having trouble downloading some of the leaves. So sorry guys, why don't you show your content and then we'll get to it in a minute. I'm so sorry. In the meantime, while Tyler's talking, I'm gonna throw out some hats and stuff for you guys.
Okay, I have to jump into the crowd and grab one of those. Okay, so while they're figuring out the system to get the giveaway going, I'm just going to talk about a couple more key moments that are just fun. They're just moments that I feel like are inspiring for you guys as consumers to think about. Like if you wanted to get a similar shot with your kid, for example, or on your mountain bike, or whatever it might be. Simple moments like this are just they're very cool to me. So this is my buddy. We shot with him up in LA. And we were able to just clamp this to the front of the stroller. The kid was pointing his tongue out at it while they ran down the sidewalk. And it's just a fun thing because he's hands-free, he's getting his workout in. The kid's stoked. They got a sweet angle of the dad and son, on their jog. So I really love that moment. This shot specifically is fun. All I had to do was use that little mount that I was showing off and mount it to my backpack of my bike while I did a trick. And you're able to get just a really cool dynamic shot. Michael's gonna throw out a camera.
No, Tyler, it's
or a hat.
Wants some swag, wants a hat. I'm trying to
Let's go. Heck yeah. Where's the snow at over here? Yes, this crowd. Hey guys, thank you guys all for being here. Seriously, real quick for this story, give it a shout out. Thank you guys. I appreciate you all for real. You guys are awesome. We are. We just got a quick technical thing real fast. Right? Yeah. Here's another cool one. These are actually here. You know what? I have a video content. Just a couple things here. Be a little bit more exciting. These are just a couple moments that I want to chat about. Oh yeah, here's that moment. So one of the fun things I like to do with this camera is actually turn stabilization off with a 360 camera, which essentially turns it into a non-stabilized 2-dimensional camera, if that makes sense. And with this shot specifically, I do this trick on my bike, and you could never get that angle with the 2-dimensional lens because you wouldn't be able to zoom out and see the entire tire. You can see a little bit of the stitch line there coming off the peg, but that's okay. But so moments like that are very fun for me because you're able to kind of have a different piece of technology that is very unique to the circumstance. And in this case, it was way cooler to see this unstabilized and the bike be static than it is to have it stabilized. Same with this shot. That's from the front peg. You can see the bike whipping around, same unstabilized. This is stable, yeah, that's stabilized. And then this was kind of fun. I tracked the bike from my mouth perspective, and I track the bike around in a circle So it's kind of cool to be able to do all this stuff with the 360 lens. You know, when you end up with a sphere of footage essentially from these cameras, you're able to look around that sphere or morph that sphere. You can stretch it. You can just adjust it in so many ways. And that to me is so much fun because you can just focus on getting the camera in the right spot, and then later on decide, oh, I really want to see it from this perspective or that perspective. You can zoom in and out. This was a cool mount. I don't think we have it today up here, but they came out with a bike mount that attaches to the handlebars and sticks out really far with that little carbon fiber thin piece that I showed you guys. So that's a really cool mount that I love. This is just a selfie stick that we mounted to the back tire, and they were able to cruise into the sunset and just get a really beautiful shot. This is fun. This is another unstabilized shot, but you're able to get product in use really easily. This was a rope swing in New Zealand recently, and it was just a cool way to show off the Ace Pro in this little tripod kind of mount here with the multi-mount is what it's called. Everything to do with Josh. It was so fun. I think I did it 4 times, this swing like 4 times in like an hour, and then I went straight into a paragliding trip, and definitely threw up after both of those. Here's another really fun one, guys. So this is the shoe cam that I was talking about. I love this angle, and it's very easy to get. We just feed it through the shoestrings, we tie it around a little bit so we know it's not going to slide off, and then you're able to either stick out the Ace Pro or stick out the X4, and you're able to get really cool shots with this. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll pull up the app, you get a live preview. You can also see it on the screen, but it's easier to see in the app. And you're able to see if the stitch line is going to be good or not. Because as you guys know, if you've used the camera before, like right now, you can't see the stitch at all. It's on that little layer at the top of his sole. But we were able to just make sure that the angle was perfect when we took the camera out in front of his shoe. And we were able to make sure the stitch line was completely gone. And so this is some fun shots that we were able to get. This is the shoe cam angle of a similar road swing shot. Which is so funny to see back in slow motion. Gotta love slow motion. And speaking of which, I was gonna mention earlier with the app situation, he says everything on app's free. It is. I remember back when I was working with a GoPro, I went to slow-mo some footage in their app, and it wanted me to pay to be able to slow-mo the footage, and I was so frustrated. Anyways, everything's free in their app, which makes so much more sense. There's Carol ripping the luge, wherever you are. Sorry, Carol. Oh, this was so fun. We had such a ball. We went to New Zealand to shoot a bunch of the launch products and stuff, and you guys could see that we just have the time of our lives. Like, using these cameras, we get to come back and have all this amazing footage of ourselves, and it's just a win-win. Just love working with this camera and working with these guys. Here's a really cool one. This is the pet harness. I'm sure a lot of you guys have pets at home. They make a variety of sizes, but this is just a really fun, tiny little mount that you can clip on, and you're able to get really cute shots like this. Walking to the beach with your goat. These guys had a goat and a sheep, and it's just fun. It's just cool to see those perspectives. You know, I know a lot of those cat videos go viral where they put the GO3 on the cat's collar, and then you see its little feet walking around and jumping up the fences and getting in fights and stuff. Like, one of the cameras is small enough that you can do that with at that resolution, 4K. It's so cool. One more fun one is the spinny mount. This is the last one. It sounds like they almost have the giveaway ready. Okay, so this is two back-to-back pole cams. I also have the extension because we wanted the camera to get really close to the ground. And there's just a back-to-back quarter 20 in between, and then there's this Amazon spinning mount thing that I found. There's a camera on each side so that it's balanced, and it's close enough to being balanced. And we were able to rip down the luge and get some really dynamic shots with this. This has been around for a long time, the spinning mount, but when you add the extensions on like this and get really close to the ground, it's just wild footage. It's so fun. And so this just goes to show, you know, when you play with your cameras, when you have fun with it, when you're not taking it super serious, you're just like, what can I do? What's gonna look cool? And you push your own self to back to New Zealand. That was a trip of a lifetime. So, as you guys can see, with these tools and a little bit of creativity, you guys can get really, really fun stuff and just enjoy every bit of the process.
We're getting there.
Okay, I wonder how many of you guys got scanned because I'm trying to figure out what number I should choose. Anyone have a number I should choose? Because you probably have an idea of when you showed up and how early of a number. Oh, it's random. Oh, okay. You. Yeah, it's true. Seniority, come on. Does anyone have any questions? Let's Q&A. Anyone? Let's go.
When you take those long exposure shots of the stars, do you use like an ND filter or something on the camera, or you just?
So he's asking about if I use an ND filter when I do long exposures of the stars, and I don't use an ND filter. Usually it's a 30-second long exposure. I'm trying to absorb as much of the light as I can. I would rather down my ISO than put an ND on. If I was doing like star wipes where the stars are going to wipe across the sky or something along those lines, then I might do that. A lot of 360 cameras, I'm not sure there's really NDs you could get. They might be at this point. There was on the 1R camera. I'm not sure, I haven't used any since then really. They do a really good job of dynamically adjusting the lighting and figuring out HDR and all that stuff. But yeah, typically no NDs. But on those those giant time lapses where the camera's moving all night, usually, because it's 360, like if I had a zoom lens on the stars and I was moving that camera, you would get a bunch of smear and whatever, but since it's 360 and you're absorbing the entire sphere, I'm able to do like a 60 to 80 second long exposure to capture the stars, and you won't see any smear from it because it's such a wide angle lens and they're so far away, you're not going to see them smearing across the sky, which is really nice. With any other wide angle lens or whatever, you at a certain point over 30 seconds, you're going to start seeing a smear the closer, the tighter you get. So that's another beauty of working with 360 is you can still punch in as if it's a normal lens and not see the smear with a 60 to 80 second long exposure. Any other questions?
Okay.
No questions? Nobody?
I'll ask
Okay.
one more.
Yeah.
Can you edit the 360 footage on like a desktop application as well, or only on the?
Oh, totally. Yeah. So, desktop application for editing 360, 100%. They have the Insta360 Studio, which is what I would recommend. Basically, with Studio, you can decide: do I want to stabilize my footage or keep it unstabilized? Do I want to adjust the audio for more like vocal enhancement or whatever it might be? There's tracking within there as well. So if it's like I'm doing all this camera movement with my selfie stick and I just wanted to focus on me or focus on the thing that I'm filming, you can put a little box around it. It's going to auto track it, and then you can set your in and out points. You can export. What I typically do is I'll export an Ecker rectangular, such a hard word, and so it gives me a 2x1 image, which is the entire sphere, and then when I put that into Premiere, then I'll drag on the reframe tool, and then you're able to look around and see whatever you want to see. Another beauty of this camera, whenever you shoot in 360, you're able to, it's basically like a time travel device in the future. When VR becomes such a common household thing where you just throw on a pair of glasses or whatever it is, you're going to be able to relive any of these moments as if you're there, as if you're the camera, looking around wherever you want to look, listening to conversations. A lot of this is three-dimensional or 360 audio, so in the future when they are analyzing that as well, you're going to be able to actually see someone and hear them better than this person on the backside of you. There's just a lot of cool technology that's built into this little thing, so it's not just zooming out and seeing a really cool shot. It's actually future-proofing yourself for in the future. You're going to be able to be there and live as if you're the camera looking around. So that, for me, that's a very exciting thing. I got into 360 back when it was a 6-camera thing, and I actually carved out a little block of wood and put 6 GoPros around it. This was probably 10, 11 years ago, and made a 360 camera out of it, and so it's just cool to see it be so simple and so high resolution, so small.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for your patience. We are ready. We're ready for the giveaway. For real this time.
Let's go.
Okay, so just to remind you what you're getting. You are getting an Insta360 X4 valued at $500 retail. You're getting a Nomadic Sling, which is just under $200. You're going to get an invisible selfie stick and a memory card, which we're going to bring out momentarily. All of that is going to give you everything that you need to get started shooting with 360. So again, who's ready to win? Okay. Tyler,
Shoot, that's a lot. I just keep thinking of 7. It's random, so it's not the 7th person that walked up, but it's 7. It's just lucky we're in Vegas, so whatever 7 is.
Let me scroll to 7.
Over
Okay.
here.
Is there a Jack Dowling here?
Going
Jack
once,
Dowling?
going once,
Oh,
going
wow.
twice. All right, next
Sorry,
one.
Jack. Okay, pick another number from 1 to 124 except for 7.
77, we have to.
77.
Thanks, all right, Jack.
Okay, do we have a Stanley Wong? Hey, congratulations.
Come on, Stan.
All right, you want to come take a picture with Tyler? So guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We have 2 more sessions planned. The next one's going to start every half hour on the hour. All new content, all new creators. The next one's going to be really great. It's going to do a live demo of the reframing. Everything Tyler just showed you, we're going to show you how to actually get it. And if you want to go check out the products, again, they're all the way over here on the tables. Go play with one. Ask about our show
Bye.